Why can we acquire items with minimal effort, yet parting with them is so hard and emotional? And why do these items have such a grip in our life? Whoa. Those words are so true and so powerful. And they are from Dawn from The Minimal Mom. If you haven't heard of Dawn or The Minimal Mom, please go check out her channel. I'll link it in the description box. But she has been going on her minimal and simple living journey for much, much longer than I have, and she shares all of the things that she has learned and is continuing to learn about minimalism and family minimalism in particular. She has 4 children as well on her YouTube channel, and I love all of her videos. So as soon as she announced that she had made a decluttering workbook, Declutter Your Home in 15 minutes a day, I purchased it. Yep, I purchased it I think last November, December, when you could pre-order it, and I got it in, I think, beginning of January. So I did a little bit of work throughout it when I first got it early this year, and then life happened. I went through a lot of stuff with my job and eventually lost my job, and I was currently like 6 months pregnant with all of that, and so I was finishing up my pregnancy, had 3 kids already. Life was really, really busy. So then I had my baby, and there have been things that have happened in my extended family. So life is busy, I feel like, all the time, but I don't know, this year has been especially busy. So I did a bit, and then I put it down, and I haven't done a lot of intentional decluttering. I've done more of necessary decluttering throughout this year, where I'm like, this stuff is in my way, I have got to get it out of the house. But I myself have not done a lot of very intentional and, I would say, proactive decluttering, to where I do a lot of decluttering to like help manage the amount of stuff in my house, and I'm like, this is for sure easy, this needs to go. But this right here, this 15 minutes a day, helps you tackle a lot of different spaces in your house and narrow down things, categories and things that you wouldn't normally think of to do. So back to the question from Dawn. Why can we acquire items with minimal effort, yet parting with them is so hard and emotional? And why do these items have such a grip on our life? She doesn't know. Does anyone know? I don't know the answer. But what she does know is how simplifying her life has helped so many other aspects of her life. She has more self-confidence. She's a better mom and wife. She has room to care for others and freed up her mental bandwidth. I mean, I want all of those things. Do you want all of those things? I have seen some benefits in my own life as I have slowly decluttered and simplified my life. I am nowhere near the point where Dawn is, and I want to be at that point where I do only have the things that I need and that I use and that will serve me a purpose, whether that's just like an activity that's joy or all of the necessities of the day-to-day. But as I declutter a small space, that space feels so much better to me. When I look at it, when I walk through that space, my mind is clearer and it doesn't feel stress when I am in that space. And it's easier to clean, it's easier to maintain, it's easier for family members to help maintain that, and so that then lifts a little bit of the burden off of me. I know in some spaces I'm like, don't touch that because I'm the only one that knows how to like put things back because it has to go in a certain way, and usually those spaces have a lot of stuff in them. When they don't have a lot of stuff, it's very easy for people to see where things go and be able to help with that. So in this workbook, she goes through so many spaces in your house and breaks out individual categories to help you be able to make easy decisions, or as easy as possible decisions. She goes through questions that you can ask yourself, tips on changing your mindset and how to look at your items and make decisions in the best way possible. Like I said, and like the Minimal Mom said, things have a grip on us and it's hard to get rid of things. So she helps it be a little bit easier, and it does take time. It's been about, I would say, 2 years that I've been decluttering, and in the very beginning there were things that I didn't want to part with, and then 6 months later I was okay parting with them, and then 6 months later I was like, you know what, I still don't use this thing, I'm gonna get rid of it. And then 2 years later, I still have things that I hold on to that maybe I'll get rid of later. And then I have stuff that I've gotten rid of that I held on to in the beginning. So it's definitely a process, and it can be a really long process for some. Some people can just get rid of stuff and not hold attachments. I am not one of those people. So it has been a bit harder for me. So I highly recommend checking out the Minimal Mom YouTube channel, and if you want to go the next step, purchasing her workbook. It is so wonderful. I love to be able to hold things. I love books and reading physical things, so I love this. This week is all about the kitchen. I'm going to be doing 7 days of decluttering in my kitchen, and she breaks out different categories in here. So let's go ahead and get started. The Minimal Mom says to start out with a 5-minute trash and tidy, which is basically just tidying up the space, throwing away any trash, getting rid of the items that are just very easy to put away that go in a different part of your house. That way you can have a clean and clear space to declutter the items needed in that particular area. So whenever I'm cleaning, I like to light a candle. So I've already lit my candle, and I'm just going to do a quick tidy of this kitchen area. So let's set my timer for 5 minutes and tidy up. Alright, my timer is off. So we have a nice, tidy kitchen again. Who cleans their kitchen 5 times a day? Like me. So for day 1, I'm going to be doing pots and pans. So the tools that I have for my decluttering process are a time will tell bin, which is basically a bin that I'm going to keep in my basement right now to see if I miss the items. I will probably put them in there for maybe about 2 months. If I don't miss the items and get them back out and bring them back into my kitchen, then I will go ahead and get rid of them. I will have a donate bin, and then a trash bag, preferably a black trash bag. I just have my white kitchen trash bag right now, but something that you can't see through, especially when you're decluttering things like kids stuff. They may be like, whoa, why is that broken toy in my trash? I don't need to get rid of that broken toy, even though it's broken and they haven't played with it for 6 months. When they see it in the bag to go, they will want it. So you want something they can't see. Your bin will be preferably like a color so that you can't see through that. And then of course I just use a cardboard box for my donate items, and you can't see through that. So let's go ahead and get all of my pots and pans out and onto the counter and count and see how many I have. Here is all of the pots and pans and lids. that we have in our house. And there is quite a lot. Here's all our cast iron stuff. And then we keep 2 up there. I just didn't get them down. So to be honest, there are a lot of pots and pans here. Should we count them? 23. I think she even put something in there that they did some sort of survey and the most people had was like 24. Some people had 24. Well, I'm one. I have 24. And let's think about this. I cannot get rid of any of our cast iron. My husband, those are his babies, and I do like cooking with cast iron. A wok, much needed. We use the wok. We use these 2 non-stick pans like on the daily. This one I'm thinking I might put in the Time Will Tell bin. It has a lid though with it. It's nice to cook like 1-pot meals that I need a lid. Although I've been using my cast iron a lot for my 1-pot meals. I think I'm going to put this one in the Time Will Tell. Pretty much all my kitchen stuff is going to be in the Time Will Tell because I don't know, like I have used it before, but I'm like, can I just use something else? Will I use something else? And I probably will just use something else and get rid of this after 2 months. But we shall see. So normally I use my 3 non-stick pots for cooking, but if you will see here, they are starting to, like the non-stick is coming off. And the reason that I like using these is just because they're really, really easy to clean. And they probably are doing this because I put them in the dishwasher, more often than not, which is really, really nice. But instead of, because like they're getting to the point where we would just get rid of these and then buy a new, like it's not quite to that point, but almost. I'm going to use my plethora of stainless steel because although they're a little bit harder to clean, like they take a little more work, they last a long, long time and I wouldn't have to replace them. So I'm going to put these in the Time Will Tell and force myself to use the stainless steel for a good amount of time, so for 2 months or something, and see how I like it personally with cooking with them and washing them. So I'm going to be putting all 3 of these in the Time Will Tell, and then honestly, I'm going to keep all the stainless steel for right now, which is really only putting 4 pots and 4 lids out of my kitchen, which 4 pots and 4 lids is more than 0. It could probably be better, but that's what I'm comfortable doing today. And now to put everything back. I think I read somewhere that this drawer underneath your oven isn't actually for pots or for pans, but like to keep stuff warm. I don't know. It's for something other than putting your pans in, and I don't know. It's just, I guess if I got rid of more of my pans, then I wouldn't have to put them under here. But we don't have a lot of like cabinet space in our house, so I have to put pans under here, so this is what it is. Okay, look how nice my lids fit. Those are all the lids that I have now. And then I have those there, which those were in a different cabinet that was like super, super crowded. It's still super, super crowded, but I got those out of that cabinet and it all fits really nicely in here. Day number 2, and we're going to be doing food storage containers today, and we may even have time for something else. But I forgot to mention yesterday that for each of these categories, she does list out helpful tips and questions for those particular items to help the decision-making process be a little bit easier. So we've got to do our 5-minute trash and tidy. As you can see, the kitchen is not tidy right now. This happens all day, every day in my kitchen, and I clean it just all day long, I feel like. So let's just set a timer for 5 minutes and get tidying. Okay, I'm done with my 5 minutes trash and tidy, so now I'm going to be setting my timer for 15 minutes, and I'm going to be getting out all of my containers, like storage containers. Let me show you what I have when I get them all out. Okay, here are all the storage containers. There are a couple glass things. Let's see, I have one more of this size and 2 bigger size glass things that are currently in the fridge, but those get used a lot, so I will be keeping those, and I know where they need to go. Alright, so now I'm going to go through everything and just make sure that we use them on a regular basis, and if it's a definite yes, then we'll be putting them back in a very nice way, and if it's a I'm not sure, I'm going to be putting it in a time will tell bin. Especially with the way our kitchen is now, I have gotten rid of a lot of stuff in our kitchen, and so if I get rid of anything now, I usually put it in a time will tell bin to keep it there for a month or so and see if we miss it in our kitchen. If we do, then I can bring it back, and if we don't, then I can donate it after that. So for our large containers, I used to have like quite large containers plus my mixing bowls, but then I got this set of 5 mixing bowls that has lids that go with it. Whoa. And that has been so nice. We got this storage container when we had our last baby and people were bringing us dinners, which was very nice, but sometimes people will just be like, here, keep the container. I used it a couple of times, but honestly I could just use one of the smaller bowls instead of this, and so I'm going to be putting that away. It was something that was added to our kitchen, not that I did intentionally. I was like, oh, this might be kind of good. She had like washed and put all the grapes in there, which I thought was a really good idea, and I do like to do that, but I think I'm just going to use a bowl in the future. So these are all staying. Let me put this away, and it has its own nice little place right here in the cabinet. So the next one is going to be my glassware. The Minimal Mom suggests that you keep your storage containers with the lids on, and I have done that, and it has been amazing. It does take up more space. I mean, these have to be stored because they have like compartments. They have to be stored with the lids, but my other stuff, it's been really nice. You can keep less, but whatever. So I have 2 of these size and 2 of bigger sizes. We use those on a regular basis, so we're going to keep those. These are actually dual purpose. We can save leftovers in them, and then I can also do meal preps and lunches and stuff for my husband. I don't currently work outside of the home, but when I do, then I can also do that as well. So we have I think there's one in the fridge of this as well. So these are going to be going back in. This will be going back in. These we have not used in a bit, so I'm going to be putting those in the time will tell bin. Okay, hopefully you can see me like this. The next category is kind of like our smaller things. So I think this is from the Home Edit at Walmart. So I have all of our smaller containers in here. And that's why I got rid of those other smaller containers, because when we need small containers, we've been using these. So I'm going to try to... I brought these out. These are more for lunches. I mean, these are also for lunches too, but storage containers. So we use these sometimes to store leftovers in, and also for lunches. And then I have this one glass jar. I think some of these, I don't need as many as are in here. Honestly, these square container ones, I don't use as much as the rectangle ones. These ones are rectangles. Yeah, I'm going to keep all the rectangle ones and then get rid of the square ones. Because honestly, I don't even know if I've used the square ones once since I bought them. And then I also have some other bags in here. So if I do that, and then I also have a set of 4 little condiment containers. I can then fit my glass jar in here, fit this in here. Can I fit these 2? Let's see. I mean, they may go on top. Yeah, they can definitely go on top. Okay, so everything now fits in there, and I'm actually just gonna go ahead and donate these. I don't think I need to put them in the time will tell bin. So let's put this away, and it just slides in there nicely, and then when I need to get stuff out, I can pull it out and get it out. So that looks very nice. I think, like I said, I think there's one more. We have a set of 8 of those, and then these glass containers, the 4 that we have, they will go right there on that shelf. And this is everything that I am taking out. I am trying to move away from plastic and go more glass, and so this is just getting rid of more of our plastic and using more of our glassware. Day number 3, we're going to be doing the category of bakeware, mixing bowls, and serving dishes. So I already went through my mixing bowls, like literally that's the only set that I have for my food storage containers. So I use those for mixing bowls and food storage containers. Those are the only ones that I have. And honestly, I'm not that cool to have serving dishes. Like, I literally have one plastic thing. Let me show you. Okay, excuse me, 2 plastic things, like this thing and this thing. This is what I use when I make like stuff for get-togethers, which is not that often that I have them at my house. And if I'm bringing something, I'll just use like one of my bowls or one of my bowls or like a casserole dish or something like that. So one day it might be nice to have some fun serving dishes, but I don't have the space and it's not practical in the season of life that I'm in right now. So it's pretty much just bakeware, and the cabinet that I have these in is a crazy, weird cabinet in the bottom corner of my kitchen. So it's not a lot of space and there's stuff in there. I just need to go through it. But first we're gonna do our 5-minute trash and tidy, and then I'm going to pull everything out of that cabinet. Alright, I'm all done. This is everything that's going back in. This isn't technically bakeware, but we have extra ice cube trays for when I need more ice or doing other types of food prep. So then I have that has to stay in there. So I'm keeping 2 9x13 glass pans with the lids, this square one, and then this smaller one. I do use all of those frequently. And then it's not like I bake cakes or pies that often, but I do use all of these pans a couple of times a year. I make all of the cakes for our birthdays, saves money there, and they can all stack like this. I have hopes and dreams of making some stuff in this and bread and stuff, so I am keeping that. And I did find that I have this cute little dish, so I need to make an effort to use that. I have 1 bread pan because I'm going to be trying out bread. And then I have this container of like decorating cake stuff and candles. So that's everything bakeware wise that I am keeping. And these are the things that I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of this 9x13 non-stick pan. I don't even know why I have this because I usually always use glass pans for cakes and everything. So I'm going to be getting rid of that. I had accumulated another 9x13 pan, and I really only need 2 at a time ever. So I'm going to be getting rid of this other 9x13 pan. I don't even know when I got this. It's very cute. It has like a family saying on it, but I've never used it, and I don't foresee myself ever using it. And then I have these tortilla things. I've used them maybe once or twice, and they're very cool. But we didn't really like it all that much when we made it. So it's not worth it for me to keep this because I probably won't make it. It's been probably like 2 years since I made these. And all 4 of these things, I'm not even going to put them in the time will tell bin. I'm going ahead and putting them in the donate bin because I know that they won't be missed. I'm not sure how much you can see in there, but it's a lot more organized and easier to get to things. I have all 4 of my dishes right here with the lids on them, easy to get. And then let's see if you can see in, okay, yeah, so I have that. Yeah, you can't really see, but it's a lot more organized and very easy to get to. I do have this little shelf up here, and that's my grill stuff. Oh, and I have a rolling pin back there too. So I'm liking that. Day number 4. So I've already done my 5-minute trash and tidy, and today we're going to be combining several of the categories that she has together. So countertops, kitchen, I think paperwork, clutter, and then also the, what does she call it? Clutter catchers. So this area right here, the end of our countertop and our trash can is right here. This is where my paper clutter, and it's like a clutter catcher. So we have got to go through this, get it all tidy, and try to figure out a system to where it doesn't get like this again. Okay, everything is clear, and basically my plan for this area is just to maintain it. So to make sure that at the end of the day, maybe while dinner is in the oven or cooking, that I clear away this space completely so that there is nothing left. This thing I've been keeping on here because we need it for one of my children's medication, and we're going to be using this paper for quite a while. So I have to figure, I think I may put it in here. One of my problems is that if I put like out of sight, out of mind, is anyone else like that? I don't know, but I do have it like written down that we have to do this every single day. So I think because I have that extra reminder, I will not forget about it, even if it's out of sight and it's not like right here on my countertop. So I am going to be putting it, let's see if we can figure out a little space to put it. I think it's just gonna have to go right here. Okay, so it's gonna go right there. There we go. I know my husband's going to be really happy about that. And then other things that I would keep here would also be like paperwork for the kids' school or whatever that I needed to deal with right away. So right on the other side of this wall, I have my desk. So I'm going to be having one bin on my desk that has the stuff that I've got to deal with every single day. So like every day when I do the kids' homework, then I will go to that bin and I'll see if there's anything that is urgent that I need to take care of right then. So that's how I'm going to manage this area. So let's take a look at my countertops and see if I can take anything off of those. All right, so this countertop area, we literally just have our knife block. I would eventually like to have some sort of system where I have the knives in the drawer, but we do not have enough space for that at this house, so that's gotta stay. Then over here on this area, we've got my spoon holders and then my utensil stuff. Those two, it is what it is. I have like a fruit bowl. I do have like a fruit bowl, and I have over here my banana thing. I think I really need to just get on it and get a bowl with the banana hook over it so that these two are combined. That's one less thing space-wise that is on my counter, but for right now, that's there. And then we do use the toaster on a regular basis, so we're not going to be taking that away. When I do dishes today, I've got to, sometimes this happens where I just leave my mug with the grease in it, but I've got to dump the grease in the trash and then wash this, so I need to just do that with dishes today. And then we use this Dawn foaming soap stuff, so whenever it runs out, we'll just put a little bit of Dawn soap in the bottom and fill it with the rest with water, and that's what we use. And then I have my Dawn soap concentrated not concentrated, just like not the watered down version for cleaning dishes, and I like how clean it looks with that. This, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can get rid of anything on my counters. So we also then have our cleaning thing for our cast iron pans, and then I put it in this dish. I don't know how well it's like a pot. You can recognize it up here, but that. See, it looks like those. So the one thing on my counter that my husband really wants me to get rid of, and that I would love to as well, is this dish rack. But honestly, the season of life that I'm in right now, I wash dishes and I put them in this drying rack to dry, and I don't have time to just dry them and put them away right away. So as sad as that makes me, I have to recognize the season of life that I'm in and have this out. So one day when our kids, and maybe just in the next couple of years, when kids start helping with dishes, we can, like right after dinner, everybody helps, and then we can put everything away, and we can get rid of this off of our counter, and this would be like cleared up. I mean, my husband is going to like love that day. I mean, I will too, but he's like, I want this thing gone. That's really it for today. We didn't technically declutter or get rid of anything out of my kitchen. The things that are on my counter, like I said, I have been going through this journey, so there are times where you'll go back to a space and you'll say, it's working for what we need it right now, and I use everything in that space, and that's okay. So nothing needs to go. As far as this space, my clutter catcher over here, I am very happy that it's cleared off, and I have got a solid plan in place to try to keep that staying clean. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Day number 5, we're going to be doing silverware and utensils. So this is my silverware drawer. This is just the drawer that I'm going to be going through today. Here's like a closer up view of everything that is in it. I'll go through. So basically, I have my full set of silverware, which I am happy with. Back here, let's see what's even back here. Okay, so I have like another butter knife and some bigger things. We do have this pair of practice like chopsticks, which we do use sometimes. And then it looks like these two things, which are not supposed to be back here. This is like a little thing that goes to our straws, which we never used. I think I might be getting rid of that. And we have so many of these. We've had lots of sickness in our family and gotten a lot of prescriptions. So I got to go through and see what all we're going to be keeping of all of these, because we do not need this many. And there's even one right here. Let's see what's... Oh, there's another one too. Okay. There is a chopstick here for some reason. These are 2 straws. I do usually keep a couple of these kind of straws just in case. I mean, I don't want to just throw them away, so I'll be keeping those. And then I have reusable straws, which we do use often. So I'll be keeping those there. These chopsticks, get rid of those. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's all in here. Oh, and I have already done my 5-minute trash and tidy. I am not filming that every single day, but I have already done that for today. Oh man, there's so many. So many of these. Ooh, and we're almost, my little one is almost to the stage of starting to eat. And so we're gonna use these spoons, and then, oh my goodness, after she's done with that, like, we will be getting rid of baby and toddler spoons forever, which I'm sure, be sad about, but also a little happy. So those we are going to keep. And then that straw can go there. We have those. Do I need this straw? I don't think I need that straw. That's an extra one too. And then these go to like, so these 5 right here, they go to specific cups. I just can't keep them with it. So those are gonna go there. Let's see, all the medicine things we're gonna be keeping. I like these kinds. And then these 2 are like giant ones. They go up to 10 milliliters, so I'm gonna keep those. And then just a couple of these ones. Oh, and then this itty bitty one, because this is for infant ibuprofen, so I'm gonna keep that. So those are all the ones we're gonna be keeping of that. This is everything that I'm decluttering. I know it's not good lighting right here with the sun shining in right now, but that's everything I'm getting rid of. Day number 6, we're in front of my pantry, and my pantry is a big undertaking. I usually try to do it periodically, so I don't ever let this get too out of hand. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my timer for 15 minutes and go through what I think needs to be gone through and take out anything that doesn't belong. In my pantry in particular, I like to look for expired things. Hopefully there isn't any, because I really try to use everything up and have a good system so that I can use everything up and I remember to before it is expired. And then A lot of times when I go through my pantry as well, since most of it is like food items, yeah, then I will be like, hey, this is about to expire, or this has just a little bit left in this bag, and I'll put it more towards the front and say, hey, like this needs to get eaten up. So I'm just going to set my timer. I've already done my 5-minute trash and tidy. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes and go. I am happy with how it looks and everything that is in here right now. I've really spent a lot of time in the pantry with functionality and the things that we choose to keep in store in here. The stuff that is not food that stores in here, we don't obviously use on a daily or weekly basis, but I use them at least a couple of times a year, so it's worth it for me to store it here in my pantry. I did have some like things that were in different places that needed to go in different bins that I did that, and I restocked like our oatmeal in our cabinet over there. I did find this was like stuck somewhere. I didn't even know I had this box, and there was a few left in it, so I put it with the other box that I have opened, and so those need to go. And then I did find 2 things that were expired. I do not like that, but I think I was given these, and we don't make cakes honestly all that often, and I feel bad that we did not use them, but they're quite past their expiration date. That's probably why I didn't use them, because we don't make cakes. So I feel bad about that, but they just need to go. They don't need to keep staying in my pantry and making me feel bad. Welcome to day number 7 of Decluttering with the Minimal Mom. I'm here in my kitchen, of course. So today is about kitchen cleaning supplies and kitchen linens. So for this is the only cabinet that I have up here of cleaning supplies. I do have a cabinet downstairs in my laundry room where I store my extras already. So I do have those not in a space here. I think there are some things that I don't use in here that I can get rid of, and let's go ahead and pull everything out and see what I'm going to be getting rid of. I do have these nice drawers from the Container Store that I really like. So these are my like cleaning towels, and then I have my like kitchen washing towels in here, and then I have a couple drying towels. So that's where I keep those. These are our cleaning pads. I don't necessarily like cleaning with those, but my husband does. Yeah, you want to show them that. So then we have our dishwashing pods here. I like those in there. I do have some essential oils, which I don't really use. I shouldn't say don't really. I don't use these. I have a very sensitive head, if that makes sense, and lots of smells make my head hurt really bad, and all essential oils that I've ever diffused just give me a really bad headache. So I think I'm going to get rid of those. Oh no. Then I have some of my cactus and succulent food for my guys up there. I do have, why do I have this? You don't know why I have this. Then I have 2 little pots that I'm keeping under here for if I get any more. So I am going to keep those under there. This stuff in here, this is also a little pad. There's some extra random cleaning stuff. So all of that stuff is good to stay in there. I don't know. I mean, I used Dawn, so I got to figure out. Maybe I'll replace that one because that one is kind of nasty. So we'll see about this. Okay, Barred Keepers, we use that. What is this? Perfect Stainless. Oh, this is my stainless cleaner. Yeah. You know, I should use that a little more often, shouldn't I? I think this is more of my plant food, isn't it? Yeah, this needs to go downstairs. My other gardening stuff, we've got Comet. This is going to be for my, see, I think I have this because you're supposed to use this for stainless steel. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And as you can see, I don't use that much because I haven't been using my stainless steel, so I'm going to be using that. Okay, I've got 1 Windex. Oh, more Comet. Why do I have, I need to use one of these up and then only have 1. This is almost gone. This is my extra Dawn, so that goes in the Dawn category. What is this? Oh, carpet cleaner stuff. Those are my 2 carpet cleaners. Easy Off, that's for stove. I actually have not used that, so I need to get rid of that. This is my cleaning vinegar. These 2. What are you? Oh, we actually need some Drano. I need to actually probably keep this downstairs. It makes more sense, but we actually need some Drano right now, so yeah, perfect. Oh, and then this cleaner, yep. Bars Keepers, same with that. Gugon, and that. Okay, so I think that is all good. Okay. Oh, there's more. What is this? Finish Get Right. Okay, I do use that. And then, what are you? Jig a Clean. Waterless and ragless hand cleaner. I don't use that. I'll ask my husband about that. Okay, so we're going to put this with the dishwasher stuff. Okay, that looks tons better. I'll show you what it looks like under here. So those are those drawers that I showed you, and then I have both of my dishwasher things there, and then this is my cleaning supplies. I could do bins, but I don't. That works. So these are the ones that I use often, so I can just grab them. And then those ones here to the side that are easy to grab. I mean, everything's pretty easy to grab. That's going to be when I'm cleaning like dishes and kitchen stuff, and the carpet stuff I don't need as often. Carpet stuff, Gugon, and the stove cleaner. And then of course the Dawn that I add to my Dawn up there. I don't get to as often, so those are in the back. So that all works really well. This is my kitchen towel drawer. As you can see, it's a little packed. So I do use these 2 oven, I guess it's like kitchen towels and oven mitts. I use these 2 oven mitts often. They need a cleaning. These are so awesome. If you use cast iron, then you should get these little leather covers. They just go over the handle so that you can be able to grab them when they're hot. This is like a little hot pad thing that emits smell good stuff. I don't know if you saw my Great Smoky Mountain video from earlier this year. I got that from a shop there, so that's really nice to put something hot on and then it like just smells good. I use this kitchen towel often. I do not use this one often. I think I'm going to be putting this with my canning stuff because I used it when I was doing my canning, but I do not need it now, so I'm going to put that with my canning stuff. These two hot pads I use often, and then these ones, okay, these, to be honest, are kind of like if all of my other ones are being used, then I use these. But they were made for me, so I don't want to get rid of them. And then I have my Dutch kitchen towel, which also is just in this drawer, so I might put that somewhere else. Maybe I could use that for my canning too, so then it would get use. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, those two. And so these can still go in the back here. Fits nicely. These I like to put here. And then my extra kitchen towel. So I have two. I have one hanging up over there right now, and then I will put this one there whenever I wash the other ones. That's how I do that. And then those two. Okay, that fits so much better. Close and open the drawer without things getting hung up. And these two I can find use for somewhere else. If I don't use them in my canning, then I will part with them. But I'm going to put them with that stuff. I am done with my first 7 days of decluttering with the Minimal Mom. And it feels really, really good. So I spent these 7 days in the kitchen. There are some other categories in the kitchen that she suggests I just either didn't need to get rid of stuff or it just really wouldn't fit in my 7 days. So I may continue that on in the next few days before I move on to other spaces in my house. Hopefully you got some motivation from this video and liked to hear why I'm keeping things or why I'm getting rid of things, and to see me go through several areas in my kitchen. Maybe you will be inspired to do the same thing. I'm learning every single day and slowly changing my mindset to help me make better decisions about the things that are in my life and in our home. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.